To have an amazing brand, create creative content, innovative content. That's no work with personal branding.
Okay. If I walk into the door as a customer, brilliant marketing, advertising, but then the service is terrible, how does that equate to the brand that's been built?
You cannot keep faking a bad product or service. I had an experience at my bank, and I don't want to mention their name, but I was so pained.
Oh, Ghana Commercial Bank is the worst one. I'm so not confident about the way I speak, the way I look.
Then you don't know yourself.
Okay.
So that's where...
What makes a business truly stand out? Is it the logo, the products, or the service? The truth is, it's the brand. And today, we're diving deep into personal and business branding with none other than Jannice Tagoe, a powerhouse in the industry. We'll uncover how your brand directly impacts business success, explore the work ethics of Ghanaians, and discuss why customer service is the missing piece in making businesses thrive. Plus, how can you build a strong online presence and why social media is no longer an option but a necessity. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or someone looking to level up your brand, this conversation is a must watch. Let's transform your brand for success.
An auntie called me. She said that she used to be one of the biggest suppliers of in Ghana. All of a sudden, her sales started dropping. What can she do to regain the trust of her customers and build her business back?
People tell me, I'm not a social media person, but you want to sell online.
What do you think people are not doing that you did that's made you different?
Intentionality.
Welcome to Connected Minds podcast. My name is Derrick, and we appreciate you being here today, listening to these conversations. And I want you to tell more people that we are on a journey of changing the lives of businesses and individuals. I've got an awesome conversation that is about to happen, but how you can build your brand and how you can build either a personal brand or a business brand, the journey she's been through as an entrepreneur, and what you can learn from that process. Seated here is Jannice Tagoe, and we're going to talk about the depth of business branding. How are you doing, my sister?
I'm amazing. I'm great. How are you too?
I'm well.
Right.
So,
yeah,
I have this young guy who came up to me.
Okay.
And he said, he's realized that these days people are not getting a shop and then starting a business. But rather, what they're doing is that they're doing it online. How are they doing it, and how are they able to make money from those businesses online? And which one is even better? Is it getting a shop or focusing online? And I throw that question to you, my sister.
Let's go back to the era of COVID. Yeah, I think that's where it all started. Because at that point, I think people started getting creative. People started getting innovative. If I can't go out, I can't go to my shop. How can I still sell my stuff? Because I'm not allowed to go out. And it didn't look like it was going to end anytime soon, where traveling and all of that had halted. I'm like, okay, so if I can't do that, why can't I sell from the house? All I need is a background that I can use to display the products and all of that. Now, even me personally, it helped because instead of going out there to be at conferences, speaking services, let me put together people, I want to teach them and all of that. I'm like, let's just hop on social media. There's Zoom, there's Google Meet, let's talk on there and all of those things. So for me, until date, even after COVID, I was still advised, if whatever you're doing does not require a huge investment, does not need you to be stationed physically for people to come to you, make use of the space you have. Make use of your space. You just need a small background. Now, I don't want to mention their names, but China Mall, there are so many wallpapers there. Get something in the background. Get a small curtain. Display and be creative. That's all. You're going to make so much money because you're not going to pay for rent. Electricity is going to be small. Wherever you are, if it's not an AC and it's just a fan, you're not spending so much money. That's just it.
But how do I tell my parents that I'm running a business, but I'm doing it from my bedroom?
Oh yeah,
it doesn't seem sexy enough.
No, you need to tell them that times have changed. Because I remember for my mom wanted, Janice, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, you know, those kind of parents. And for me, I wanted to make money quickly. So when I entered the university, they're like, what are you still going to do? I'm like, Trust me, it wasn't confusion, but I did not know what I wanted to do when I was entering the university. What I really wanted to do, I think it's the first time I'll be saying it here, forensic psychology. And I really didn't find it in any university here. And also time, planning, a whole lot of things would not permit me to go out of the country. So I was like, okay, what other thing can I do? Then I'm like, okay, I'm good with maths, physics and mathematics. Let's do engineering. Because I don't want medicine. I can't go to school for like 8 years. I mean, I need money. You know, I don't want all of that. I can't do, you know, all the other things that comes with it, micro, whatever. And I'm not ready for it. Let's just do engineering. So I hopped onto engineering. It was not bad because, you know, when I got somewhere, calculus and integration too was like, okay, let's see what we can do. Then I got introduced into entrepreneurship, you know. I wanted to do something. My first gig was with Vivo Energy. That's when I started first working as an usher because I wanted to make some money for myself. Yeah, no, that was the last gig. Vivo Energy was the last gig that made me start my own company. But prior to that, I had done a lot of them. So I was ushering here and there. People call you, Janice, you're so beautiful. Why don't you come on TV? Let's do this short program. And I started TV presenting for Olive Campus Vibes. I used to live Legon all the way to Dansoman to go and shoot my series with Prudent. And I was like, okay, what else can we do? But that was not even paying, you know. But I was doing it because I said, Janice, you're good. Come and build your speaking skills. But for the ushering, that was making me some kind of money. On campus, oh, Janice, you do some very nice makeup. Till date, I still do my makeup. Can you make me up? Okay, like, okay, no problem. I'll make you up. 50 CDs, 70 CDs, 100 CDs. I'll make people up. Then matriculation. I got one of my greatest gigs ever. I was a makeup artist for matriculants. I think 2017. Yes. I did makeup with a group of people. I'm like, Janice, I'm good with this thing. Oh. I started doing makeup as well. So I was doing makeup. I was doing the ushering on the side and I was running to Dansoman to build my TV presenting skills. Then I'm like, okay, I wanted to do something else, you know, let's do something. Then I started my first ice cream business. Till date, my colleague I did it with, he'll testify to it. It was called Corn Smoothie. I think that's where my branding skills began from because I didn't want to call it ice cream. So it was called Corn Smoothie. Yeah. And if because of this, I'll post the sticker one of these days. I call it Corn Smoothie. I'll come to the house. We'll go to Abugloshi, buy everything, come and blend, do all the things, package, bottle. I send it to campus and give it to the shops. And they sell. And my colleagues were patronizing, you know. But I paused on that because I think level 300, 400, it was becoming tedious, you know, engineering and all of that. So I paused on it. So my last gig with Vivo Energy at Movenpick Ambassador Hotel, I'm like, Janice, why don't I take this ushering serious? Because I find so many things wrong with the company that employed me. I will not mention their names. Yeah, I found so many things wrong. The recruitment process, there was error. Payment, there was error. Even taking care of us as their staff, there was error. I'm like, okay, if I've recognized all of that error and I want to correct it, why don't I set up mine? And that's how come I birthed Asherfoot Limited.
I think usually that's what happens though, right? Yeah. When you're following, you can see the mistakes of the leader. And for those people who are sharp and entrepreneurial and have their business hat on, they would then pick those things and say, okay, I can learn from that and then create a better system.
Exactly.
Right? Usually that's what happens. I think I posted something a few days ago and then I said, there was High Five, there was MySpace, there was Tagged, there was Bebo before Facebook. What Facebook did was not out of the blue. It was already there. So they looked at what was wrong with what was happening. They looked at the trend, they looked into the future, and then they created a better system that then made everything else before it obsolete. Right? So these things happen a lot. And I think with a lot of people, all they need to do is just observe, pay very close attention to what is happening, and they can actually devise a business out of that. I think you did great.
So that's what I did with Asherfoot, and Even them, I mean, it was a full-fledged company, but mine couldn't be like that. But I put my friends together. I'm like, you guys, we can do this. I mean, if that's just what it is about, I mean, we can do it and do better. So let's come together and then provide services. I mean, with no connects, with no recommendation, and that's where the online bit comes. I started Asherfords on Instagram. I had a very great partner, Kind Ketsi K. Jolie. We started Asherford, and I don't know, but I think people felt the difference, because even meeting up with the ladies in the beginning to let them know what the business is about, to even train them, to interview them, which was not common when I started 4 years ago, for ushers to be interviewed before being employed or recruited. People started reaching out. I want to be a part of Asherford. Trust me, I had so many people to employ, and even I hadn't even gotten most of the jobs yet, And I'm like, okay, there might be something I'm doing so right. Let's continue with it. So Asherford has been in existence for about 4.5. This year we're going to be 5. Yeah, we're going to be 5, and we've done amazing. I know sometimes you can use personal branding as a business strategy too, but I decided not to use that. I wanted Asherford to run on its own because I had just come out of the university. I mean, I was gathering some numbers on social media, but for me, it was not good enough to push Asherford the way I wanted to push it. So it's like, okay, let me push Asherford as a business. Let people call us, let people employ us because they have heard and seen the unique services we are offering, not because it's for Janice. I didn't want in it. I'm typically someone who doesn't like to do that. So I'm like, okay, let Asherford run on its own. And when it gets to the point where we're supposed to pivot, I'll put a face to it and put a good portfolio and go out there and say, Asherford is my baby.
And this was all planned? Or it happened by chance?
In the beginning, I planned where I didn't want to put my face to it. As to when I was going to pivot, I didn't know. But when I was getting close to it, I knew this was a time to pivot.
Would you still have done the same thing if you were to put a plan together? If you were starting a business today, would you have done the same thing?
I would have still put...
Why do you think that is important for businesses to let the business fly first before they come in?
There are two things, right? And this is where personal branding comes into play for me. If you have built a strong personal brand, there's no reason why you should not put the face to it, right? Because we're an impression-based world right now. And if I'm doing so well, I'm giving you so much value, and I come to you, okay, this business is mine. I'd love for you to patronize it. Bingo, we would all patronize it because we love you as a person. So whatever you're giving to us, we believe and trust that it's something quality. So if you have already built a strong personal brand, there shouldn't be a reason as to why you would not want to put your face to it. But if you're still growing it and you're not sure of the journey yet and where you're going to get to, then step aside and build the business professionally and let it grow.
But don't you think that personal branding can hurt the business when the person is no longer involved?
It depends on the nature of business.
Okay.
For me, all right. Businesses where there are going to be hierarchy. You think that's not something you want to do for a lifetime. It's not something you want to be a part of. It's not a generational business. You're not doing for family and all of that. Yes, then you can't be fully involved in it. Such businesses, I'll call myself CEO.
Right.
You understand? Such a business, in as much as I founded it, I'll be the CEO, work for some time, build my team, let them understand the vision, group my staff, group the people, group the visionary lead that I think they can take over later. Then I sit down and let them continue. But for one that you think, this is my baby, I'm going to die with it for life. Eventually, I mean, when you're going, you definitely leave it for somebody. But this is something I want to see till the end. It should get to fruition. That one, there's no problem with you putting your face to it. And that's more reason why whatever you're doing must go in hand with the brand you're building.
Right.
And that is when I would talk about authenticity. Authenticity is natural. So if you think now on social media, let's put things together, let's form, let's, there's a phrase for it. Fake it till you make it. Let's do something and all those things.
Settings.
Thank you so much. Like settings. Yeah. I mean, Settings does not work with personal branding.
Okay.
Personal branding is natural. It comes in as much as people can be groomed, can be thought, can be shaped to have an amazing brand. That authentic part of you can help you grow a personal brand. And that's my story. I didn't even know I was growing a personal brand when I had started. People could tell there's something special about you. There's a way you carry yourself. There's a way you speak. There's a way you do your stuff. And I placed a theory to it that was an amazing personal brand I was building. So if you see me dressing like this, it's not because I want to be official on TV or out there or people to call me a certain way. This is how I want to look. I have personalities I look up to on the other side of the world. And that is how I want to look. And it has become a part of me. There are certain clothes you never find me wearing. There are certain things you never find me doing. And today, that's the reason why I do my makeup. Because when I ask makeup artists to make me up, they give me all of the glam. And I hear I'm a bit pretty. I don't need to do too much. So I'm like, no, I'll learn it for myself, Back then, I do my makeup myself. So I look the way I want to look. You won't see me wearing certain colors. You won't see me doing certain things. They are natural. It has become a part of me. That's the authentic part of me. That's the natural bit of me. You understand me? And that's the best way you can tell your story. I cannot use settings. Until when am I going to set and form for you people? Until when? And trust me, we people know you. You're in a world. It's an ecosystem. So until when are you going to lie to us? Definitely somebody will know your story. Definitely somebody will come and talk about you. Everybody knows me from my junior high, from my senior high, university, till it. Everybody's following the story. So what's the point in lying?
If we think of this business, right?
All right.
I'm going to throw a name to you. And then if we think of hair center, what comes to your mind right now?
Hair center.
Yes.
Hair center is intentional for me.
Okay.
I use the word intentional because there are so many beauty shops. There are so many hair shops. Ghana, the hair shops are a lot. And they are all, I don't use the word claim, but they are all selling quality hair. But hair center is intentional about their messaging, about what they are giving you, about how they go about the business. And I think that's what that's their stronghold, because she takes you through the entire process. You know it when Mommy Hair Center is going out there, sourcing for hair, connecting with people. She comes down. She even wants you to know she's an authority in the beauty industry. And that's how come she's doing her beauty event she does every year. So they are intentional. And that's what you need to do in a market that's saturated. Fine, we are all selling quality products, right? What will set you apart? Intentionality. And by that time, everybody can be authentic. They're selling good products and all of that. So now we've crossed the authentic part. You have to be intentional and go all out with a strong strategy for you to succeed.
If we go back to this young guy who is asking the question of, should I go for a brick-and-mortar business right now? Or should I do an online? I think you've done pretty well with the answers you've given. But now, what he's saying is, how can he build his brand online? What are the strategies?
What kind of business does he want to build, first off?
He didn't go into that detail.
Detail. Great. So whatever business you're going to build, let's start from scratch. Business consultation. Is it a trading business? Is it a petty business? Are you manufacturing yourself? Are you producing yourself? Is it something you're getting people to do for you? Are you coming to the marketing level where you're getting the products yourself and just going to market, advertise, and sell? You need to know all of those things first. If you're starting from production, there's a lot to it. You can't go and do that online. But if you're just going to have a product in hand, you want to sell and make cool cash, my darling, get the product from wherever you're going to get the products from. Come sit back, market it, have that little space to yourself and sell. I would not ask you to go for brick and mortar.
But how does the person command authority with the product online?
What are you saying? What are you selling? Let's say this guy is selling a shoe. Shoes. Leather shoes. Right? I'll use an example of a lady on LinkedIn. Edna. Edna is a young lady making shoes. She calls herself a shoemaker girl online. There's nothing different about her and a shoe cobbler on the streets. But she came on there, authenticity, told us a story about how she started. She put it to writing, captioning, videos, that's content. She put it in all those formats, gave it to us online, showed us her production process, showed us how she started, showed us the people she starts with. And that's content that you need to be given to us, whether scheduled or within a time frame. That's content you need to be given to us for us to understand where you're coming from. Edna networks everywhere. She's at programs, she's at events, talking about the things she does. She's not just sitting in her room, but she's actively selling online. She has a website. She's selling on there as well. So tell me, apart from the fact that Edna's business is becoming big, that she needs to have a place because one, she's producing, she's manufacturing. She's not just buying the products from someone to sell. She is producing. So she needs a space for that to happen. And even that, it just happened recently. She just got a brick-and-mortar place just recently so she could continue manufacturing. Get your products. Create creative content, innovative content, not something that is already there. I always tell people, you're taking a video. You know the phone you're using to take the video is not nice. It's blare. You're still taking it and posting it. Hello, my darling. Even now, the social media apps don't even permit you to post contents that don't look good. It will not fly. It needs to be sharp. It needs to be beautiful. So the device you're using is not working. Investment, you need to invest in that. Get a device that you can use to capture your product beautifully. Do that. Sit down. There's Canva. There's GoDaddy Studio. There are so many places you can use to edit your product. I do most of my flyers myself with Canva Premium. I learned to do it myself. So in my company, I'm the boss, I'm the financial person, I'm the secretary, I'm the designer. So this, I do my stuff with my designer.
Do you think that is important as a startup? It is
important. There's one thing I believe in. I'm business oriented. If you give me $10 million today, it will have something to do with it. That money will not lie. And the reason is I need to understand how most of these things work.
Okay.
Not to the highest level, but I need to understand the basics so that when I even hand it over to someone to do it, I can tell if they're doing the right thing or not. So as an entrepreneur, if you don't understand what you're doing and if you don't want to harness all the skills needed for you to be able to sell online, how would you do it? You need to be able to understand social media management, social media marketing. People tell me, I'm not a social media person, but you want to sell online. What is I'm not a social media person? Come on there. I tell you, even if you're a poet, even if you're a writer, even if you're a graphic designer, come on there. Put your works on there. Tell us about it.
We speak about social media. It's become a really good channel to generate sales and reach a lot of customers. Previously, we had websites. Do we still need to have a website as well as all the other channels?
There's something we call Omni-channel marketing. Okay. And this is when you apply every other thing as one for business acceleration. So website was there, amazing. Now we have social media. It does not mean website is out. No. Website, Wikipedia profiling, article publication, PR releases, all of those things aid your SEO organically. So you still need it regardless. But we are just saying that if you don't even have that now, you can leverage on social media to accelerate your business. So come on social media, understand what you're selling. If you're somebody who writes a lot, then LinkedIn is your best bet. If you like writing, you can still do Facebook. If it's pictures, infographics, motion graphics, go to Instagram, go to TikTok, go to Snapchat, do your stuff there. If you like writing, like to banter, I place I'm scared of Twitter, you can go to X, go do your stuff there. Identify the social media platform that you think will work with you, work for you. Start growing the brand on there. As time goes on, start leveraging the other places as well. Once in a while, put an article out about yourself. It is promotion. You're promoting yourself. You're promoting your business. You understand me? It is not just there for people to pick you out of the blue once in a while and say, okay, today we've identified this person here and there. Let's talk about them. It is a tool. You can write to them. This is what I do. Invest in it. Pay something small. Have them to write about what you do. And I'll come online, find you. Okay, if you're doing something today, in today's world, and you tell me about it, and I Google and I can't find it, I don't take you serious. I should be able to find it. Because if you're on LinkedIn, automatically I'll find you on Google.
Right.
If it's on Instagram, automatically I'll find you. If you have something on YouTube, automatically I'll find you on Google when I search for you. So if I'm not finding all of those things, then you're not serious. I don't know what you're trying to build. So do all of those things. As time goes on, people will even identify what you're doing. If it's the media rounds you want to do, media buying, it would come along. Your radio interviews will come along. Your website will come along. It gets to a point, if you're a personal brand, your Wikipedia profiling comes along. You put them together. Omni-channel marketing. It still exists. It still works. It's not bad. But you can just start from somewhere, leverage on that one, and then come to the rest.
John said, the same dude that has the business, he says that he's a very shy guy.
He's a shy guy.
And, he doesn't want to put himself out there. What else can you do to still push the business?
Be like me. If you don't want to put yourself out there, have people who believe in what you're doing. My darling, can you come on board? Let's do this together. If that person can put themselves out there, let them put themselves out there. You know something? Now, there's this thing with trust. You're selling the product, but now we want to see the face behind the product. So if it's not you, get someone to do it. Aside them, then there's automation. All right? If you're not going to do all of that, then you struggle for a while. People would have to believe in the product, trust the product, that even if there's no face to it, they know that this is something we'll go for morning, afternoon, evening. So me, I'll tell you, this is what I believe in. Put that face to it. If that face is not on it, put another face to it so they know that, okay, this person, blah, 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 runs this. If that's not it, then go fully with high hopes that you are building the product, quality, value, impact, everything intact. That way, people will not really focus on who's behind it. They'll be focusing on the product. And that was my secret with Ashaford that I still talk about. People know Ashaford is amazing. Today, in our DMs, people still want to be a part of Ashaford. I'm like, why do you guys want to be a part of Ashaford?
Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe and become part of the family. We are on a journey of changing the lives of people on this channel. And we appreciate you for being here. But if you haven't become part of the family, connect with us. Hit the subscribe button. Now let's carry on the conversation. So an auntie called me and then she said that she used to be one of the biggest suppliers of yam in Ghana. Now, all of a sudden, her sales started dropping because there's a young lady that her customers told her that has a TikTok account that is posting her yams. And the young lady is taking all the customers. What can she do to regain the trust of her customers and build her business back?
We strategize.
And I said, I've got a lady coming in today. So I'll ask her the question and I'll send her the link after.
So we can think of Auntie as an expert. She has experience. It might be 5 years, 10 years. Power of storytelling. Mommy, get people to come and take videos of you. Tell us how you started the business. Give us info into it, how long you've been doing it, how business has been for you, and tell us what you come to do now, something new. You're coming back into the business and all of that. Now, that is something that people don't, maybe I'll say back in the days, that would have been documentary. Giving us an insight, scope into all that you do. But now you can just grab your phone, talk to us, a little interview. My name is Auntie so and so. For the longest time, I've been this, that. This is a leverage you can have over the other person. Trust me, because sometimes, no matter what, people want brand loyalty and trust. Someone who's been into it for a long time. And mommy, start posting again. Start posting your stuff on social media as well and on TikTok. If, mommy, you've realized that the old style you do the old way you do your stuff, packaging your product, putting your yam together and all of that, if it has run out, mommy, find ways to rebrand in terms of identity, visuals, get new boxes, get your stickers all over there. If even needs you to change your logo to change the face of the business, if you need to change the colors you use, change everything. that's rebranding strategy and come back.
So this is where experts like yourself come in, right?
Exactly.
To help,
So if you can't do it, get somebody who can do it and let the person help you do it. That's all.
So see, what you just described is not new, right?
Yeah.
I don't know whether recently you've seen this kinky people have been pushing on Twitter somewhere in Jamestown.
Thank you.
Good. I've actually been there. And I enjoyed the food. What took me there was not because I knew the woman anywhere. It's because I saw it on social media.
Exactly.
The woman herself, I'm sure, doesn't even know how to get on social media. But somebody somewhere went there, filmed it, and hey, the place is full.
So they were pushing the product without her.
Yes.
And the quality of the product, the beauty of the product, the taste of the product spoke for itself.
Good. So now we're going to talk about service.
Yeah.
You've done all the branding, personal, business, whatnot. But if I walk into the door as a customer and I've seen brilliant service, brilliant, marketing, advertising, but then the service is terrible, how does that equate to the brand that's been built?
So now, that's a part that it will take me back to the fake it till you make it.
Right.
Yeah. That you cannot keep faking a bad product or service.
Okay.
So if you want to be sustainable, if you want to never go out of date, make sure that the product you're giving to us is quality. I've been saying quality throughout. I've been saying authenticity throughout. Make sure whatever you're giving us is beautiful. Because if I have a restaurant, I make the chef prepare amazing food. It looks good. There's a way now they spray the food with oil, with water and stuff that, or visuals, you can't resist it. Now, if I come in there and it doesn't taste good, trust me, it might not be today or tomorrow or the next month or two, but that business will fail. It will fail because whatever you are selling, it means you are just coating it. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You are just coating it for us. Trust me. So whatever product you're selling, whatever service you're rendering, make sure online, offline, it has to be quality. Customer service has to be on point. I say that so many people don't know how to talk. So many people don't know how to talk. And it hurts because, we are the people too that you find us saying please all the time. But behind the please is an insult. Behind the please is an attitude. Behind the please is, I responded because I wanted to respond. So many people don't know how to talk. I had a shoot recently and I had to do all the booking online. And the lady, I called her. I was like, okay, I'm here. Okay, are you there? What time are you leaving? I have some people coming in again. I'm like, okay, sure. What time are they coming in so that I can be relaxed and comfortable if I have to pay for extra hours or something? Okay. Hey. Okay. And she went off and we're still waiting my photographer. Taking, going. Then she called. Please, are you done? Oh, the other people are coming. Oh, I told you they were coming. I was like, do you remember me asking to pay for extra hours? You didn't get back to me. Oh, really? Oh, so right now, I'm in a fix. Okay, that's fine. I don't see the reason why I would employ somebody like that to be in charge of my customer service.
How often do you see this attitude? And there's a reason I'm asking that. Okay, go on.
So that was photography. So let's say media. In the restaurant, you find that. Even at events, you find that. Even corporate spaces, you find that. I think I recently went to a hotel. I walked into their perfume shop and I even found that. I'm walking in, you're the only salesperson there. Hi, you're welcome. Can I help you with something? Is there anything you need? Do you know what you want? That's what you're paid to do, honestly. And that's like one of the easiest things. Even if you are angry, the fact that I know you are paying me to go and smile to people, I'll smile and come and do the job. That's all it takes. I come to the restaurant. Oh, I can't have that. Can I have this? Okay. Can I talk to the chef and I'll get back to you? They don't. No, it's not available. No, I don't think so. And they'll still be standing there, waiting for you to change your mind about what you want to eat. What if I walk out? I don't want to patronize again. Maybe I was going to pay the most that day for you. I'm out. Event spaces, because I do events. I take care of platinum areas. You need to take care of the people. No, we don't have this. We don't have that. What else do you want? Okay. Please, can you sit down? Sit here. I'm like, hello, I paid to come and have a good time. What's all of this? Even if not, you're selling. Tell me, okay, if you don't want that, okay, you want Hennessy? I don't have that. I have Viv to Clicquot. I have the other one. I have this. I have that. Do you want that? I have Martinelli. I have this. Martels and all of that. Like, tell me something. Convince me. Let me just patronize. But they're just standing there waiting for you. You walk into a bank. Hello. I had an experience at my bank, and I don't want to mention their name, but I was so pained.
Oh, Ghana Commercial Bank is the worst one. It's the worst one. I closed that account.
I was so pained. Like, I was standing there. I just got there with the money. The guy was still on his computer. I just wanted him to say something. Okay, it's either slot your sheet here, give me the money, give me your Ghana card or something. He was just standing there, and I was also standing there looking for him. I'm waiting for you, the money. I was like, okay. Then he looked across my son on the other side. An executive banker. I'm like, trust me, even if not for executive priority or whatever, I mean, hi, okay, deposit, right, this, that, get it done. And you're like, I mean, it's not so hard. And you find this bad customer service cutting across all our industries.
Do you think it's bad customer service, or the culture has allowed Ghanaians to be like that? Because it's everywhere. And it is time this thing is spoken about, because businesses will put a lot of money into their branding.
All the branding, all the marketing, people, advertisement, but your staff will drive your customers away. So that is why, for me, I don't look at branding as just appearance, identity. I look at it in even messaging, as you were saying, storytelling, tone, and all of that. Because if I'm going to put my money into all of these things, and then my customer service person is going to drive my customer away, then there was no point of the branding. But somebody can just be in a small area. You come to them, and the way they will talk to you, you want to go back to the same place. So that to that person, if that person gets aid and support to brand properly and lift up the face of their business, that person will be in business for a very long time.
The classic one is, you walk into a shop, you pick an item, and then you give the money to the teller or the cashier. And she goes, I don't have change.
I don't have change issue.
There's no option given.
No.
I don't have change. So the next thing I say is, all right, cool. I'm going then.
I'm out. What do you mean by I don't have change? I came to buy something from you. Hold on. Funny enough, maybe this person saying this thing might be even in a Shell filling station area or gas station area. They're saying, okay, I'll be with you. You have to go and look for the change for me. I came to buy. You are selling. So because of change, you're driving me away. Whose business are you collapsing? It's bad. And I don't think it just has to do with the culture, because out there, people perceive Ghanaians to be very respectful.
I beg to differ. This is what is going, you see, and I've said this before, timidity is different from humility.
Thank you. It's
different.
It's different.
What they are timid people. As a matter of fact, if somebody says you are timid, you should classify it as an insult.
As an insult. I always say that my people here, we are timid, we're so reserved, we're so relaxed.
And we think that is good.
And it's okay.
And we've mistaken that as humility.
And you see, that promotes a mediocre lifestyle. Because the moment someone steps up their game a little, we feel they are doing extra.
Yes.
Or we feel, you're doing too much. Yes. Or they're doing amazing. I'm not saying don't applaud them, but trust me, what they are doing is how it's supposed to be done. But you think it's extraordinary because you don't understand the average way of doing things.
I saw a video of this man that found 20,000 cedis and returned it.
Yeah.
And the dude got awarded. And the first thing I did, I showed it to my wife and I said, what do you think about this? And then she told me whatever she thought. And I said, why the hook are we rewarding somebody for doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Is it his money?
It's
supposed
not
to
his.
return it.
It's not his. And me, I have a problem with them publishing this kind of news nowadays. This returned, this returned, that. Are you trying to say the crime rate is that bad and now we have to applaud them for
You're just doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
No.
You found somebody's money. Return it. That's what you're supposed to do.
They come on basics. And I have a problem with the media pushing all of those things. They're killing businesses. They're teaching so many bad stuff. So many bad stuff. And I spoke about this on GH1. I'm saying that but in Asia, far over there, their algorithm promotes educational stuff, scientific stuff. See, the things we do here, that's not fly in certain areas. That's not fly on certain continents. But down here, so far as I'm not putting a camera in front of me, comedy that does not make sense. And that is why sometimes I appreciate Nigerians, because they've gotten to a certain level where even their comedy, there's something to learn at the end of the day. There may be a few that for laughing's sake, but there are some of them that have realized that they need to put a purpose to what they are doing. So they'll teach you something. Courtesy, kindness. There's something to learn from it. But down here, sometimes we even degrade ourselves and we don't see that we even do it in the videos we are promoting. Comedy. Now we say we don't want LGBTQ, blah, 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 but we love it when the opposite sex dresses like the opposite sex and creates fun for us. What kind of promotion is that? No, because if I, Janice, have to dress like a tomboy and fool for you to be happy, what am I encouraging?
Awesome perspective, eh?
Do you understand me? We fail to realize that platforms, avenues are created every single moment you have viewership. Every moment you have viewership. Just have a problem when people have numbers and they can't share candid opinions. Like, be real. It's just not for the numbers. Be real. This will take me back to the question where everybody will say, can everybody be an influencer? Everybody can be an influencer, but not everybody is an influencer.
Okay.
Not everybody is an influencer. It comes natural to certain people, but everybody can be an influencer because once you get the numbers, you can start to influence, teach, and educate people. You get me? So I think customer service is a part of branding. Yeah. All of those things need to be taught. It is a part of it.
So initially when we started our services in Ghana, I did all the phone training, or the welcoming and all. And there were a lot of mystery phone calls that I did, you know. So you call them on the phone and then it's like, hello? And then I'm like, I've taught you exactly how to pick the phone. What's hello? A few days ago, I called Aisha from Bengai Importation. Called her. She was so busy. As soon as she picked up the phone, hi, this is Aisha from... And I said, I love this. This is how we're supposed to pick up the phone. With a welcoming tone, not hello. What's wrong with us?
When I'm teaching, that's my offline. I teach that as offline. I'm like, when nobody's seeing you on the internet, when you can't fake it, when you can't set it for us, when I meet you in person, can you sound like what I see online? Can you sound... And you see, there are people that package so well that when you meet them in person, you'd be like, I really thought this person was really, but it's not really up there. Like, I'm really sorry. See, the branding space here in Ghana, it's becoming a cliche. Everybody, personal branding. I think it's just to look good. Pick stuff you can find on Google and come and tell us all about it. And that's it. You can grow the numbers, but we'll meet you in person. We'll find you in a situation. We'll put it to you. We'll how do I put it? Would definitely find you in a space and you'd have to redeem yourself and redeem your image. And we would tell if that personal brand is up to level or not. So you need to have something first of all. If you don't have anything, you cannot create a personal brand. If you don't have anything, you can't create a personal brand. You can't keep telling us what you're finding on Google. You can be inspired to go and pick something and come and tell us all about it. But if you don't have a product, whether tangible or service, it will be hard for you to create a personal brand. That's why we start from the top. That get to know yourself, get to know what you want to do, get to know what you want to be known for. Then you can create a personal brand. But if you don't have all of those things.
I was watching an interview of yours and you spoke about elevator pitch. And I said, awesome. That's something I would want my audience to also know about. Can you take us into it?
And that is something I also took time to invest, paid dollars to also learn from a tutor from Europe. When she said it, I was like, wow. She thought me first. She was like, you meet someone, you go to a networking event, somebody asks you, hi, Derrick, what do you do? What do you say within that moment?
My name is Derrick Abaitey, and I'm a pharmacist and a podcaster.
Amazing. You're defined. You know what you're about. You know what you do. But for some people, that moment is marketing, advertisement, and sales all in one. If you're not able to tell what you do within those 30 to 40 seconds, that's it. And we talk about this within networking sessions because you go and network because you found people there that you feel that, okay, if I do stuff with them, if I collaborate with them, if I partner with them, I found a customer there, I found an investor there, I found a mentor there, I want to connect with them. Now you go, you see them, they're like, hi, okay, Janice. Oh, Janice, what do you do? Then they start fumbling. I have a shop online. I'm into ladies' clothing, but nowadays I am trying to do hair. And Lisa Nichols, that's her name. She says they meet you, refine yourself, understand the area and industry you are in. That is how come I started calling myself. There are places I call myself a brand and communications professional. You shorten everything you're doing. There are places I tell you I'm a digital marketer.
Right.
That's it. Places where I know I have the contacts for my event space, I tell you I'm an events coordinator. I have an ushering company, which is to event coordination and protocol services.
But where do I start from? I'm so not confident about the way I speak, the way I look, and how I want to present
Then you don't
myself.
know yourself.
Where do I start from?
Then you don't know yourself.
Okay.
So that's where you have to go back. It takes time for you to know yourself, understand the things you do. I taught my lady something sometime that what you're doing now is different from what you aspire to be. Maybe you're doing it because you found yourself in that space. But is that what you want people to know you for? If I had still pursued my engineering and maybe working in the engineering space, fine, that's what I'm doing. I'm okay, I'm earning money and I'm fine. But that's not what I want people to know me for. I want people to know me as a powerful women's advocate, women's development advocate. That's what I want people to know me for. I want people to know me as a humanitarian. I want people to know me for my philanthropic activities. That's what I want people to know me for. And then naturally, that is where I can build my personal brand. So all the other things can be there. Okay, you can call me whatever you want to call me. A digital marketer is this, that. Those things are businesses and all of that. But what do I want people to know me for? I want them to know me as a powerful women's development advocate. Because, and it comes with a story.
Right.
That comes with a story. And that's why I'm projecting that. So at the end of the day, I tell people, those of you who say, oh, Janice, you're so busy. Oh, Janice, you're doing so many things. I know myself. I know where it's going to end at the end of the day. All of these are just a means to an end. It's a ladder I'm climbing. And it's going to get me somewhere. And when I get to that somewhere, they can reflect on all the other things I have done and say, oh, right, that is why you were there, contributed here and there and there and there. So for me, maybe years ago, I would not be able to say this confidently, but I can tell that I know myself and where I'm going right now. And it didn't take a month, a year. It took time. It took experience. It took a whole journey. You need to go through stuff for you to understand yourself.
Have you lived outside of the country before?
I go out and come back.
But you haven't lived outside?
Lived, no.
So where did you build this confidence?
I think even if I have not lived outside, passing through there and coming all the time gave me some good amount of exposure.
Do you think it's a product of abroad or is it a product of you?
It's a product of me, not abroad.
Okay.
And that's why I tell people that forget wanting to jackpot. I said this on TV3. Forget wanting to jackpot. You have YouTube. You can tell you whatever is happening everywhere in this world. Now, your own TikTok, I'm not a lover of TikTok, but now your own TikTok is like a mini Google. You can find everything on there. So if you don't have access to go and see for yourself, to go and live the experience, you have platforms to let you know what is happening there.
So what do you think people are not doing that you did that's made you different?
Intentionality, wanting to learn, wanting to know, curiosity, learning for myself. Bernard Avler said something recently when I was donating a child in tech. He said we should learn how to learn. Learn how to learn. When I was in school, you will not find me studying my mechanical, whatever, kinetics, and I will not be sitting down for so long to learn it. I just wanted to know the mathematical calculations and go and write and pass. But with these things we're talking about right now, with all the experience I have, with the things I teach, do and everything, if you come and see me behind my study desk, learning and studying, it's as if somebody is chasing me to do it. It's as if I'm going to write an exam. We are not intentional. We are not curious enough. We don't want to study. We are lackadaisical. We're too reserved. We're too calm. We take things on a lighter note. We're like, it's normal. It's okay.
So I met this Caucasian friend of mine, and he says something very interesting about Ghanaian. He's Ghanaian. He's lived in Ghana for like 25 years. He says one way or the other, we've accepted I'm managing. And when he said it, I was like, my goodness. He says every other place he's gone to, especially Nigeria, they are trying to come out of the management, out of the poverty. But here, we've accepted, we are managing. We are okay with the mediocre attitude. Like, it's okay, we are okay.
Yeah, we are okay with it. And we like to apportion blames.
Yes.
We like to apportion blame so much, and that's something I do not do. I'm a firstborn. We are just two, my brother and I. I'm building the Tagoe name on my own. It's not as if I don't have family members who are out there in places and all of those things. But yeah, I grew up in a very nuclear family that my parents didn't want to be so associated to the extended. So it's now that I'm even getting to know, I have people here, I have people there. But I had it in here that I was building the Tagoe family name on my own. I'm building the Janice Tagoe brand on my own without uncle support, aunties. I always tell my friends, some of you are very lucky. And you can take a photo of my uncle and my auntie and my grandma and my uncle. I don't do all of those things. I go out there knowing it is me, myself, and I. My parents' mistakes are their mistakes. Now I'm here. My parents' mistakes, I'm here. My younger brother had a problem sometimes. It's like, it is mommy's fault. It is daddy's fault. They did not do this. They did not do this. I don't. So you, what are you doing? So you, what are you doing? So I don't blame them. I've been through whatever their union took me through. But I'm changing the narrative. So people see me, I post something on LinkedIn, somebody will be like, those of you born with a silver spoon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's okay.
Somebody actually said that yesterday to me. He mentioned the whole silver spoon stuff, and I said, well, do you know what it is? Some of us too, we created the silver spoon and then we put it in our mouth.
Thank you.
How about that one?
No, yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. See, I don't like to talk about this, but we're here. Even my primary school I attended, it's not so far from here. It's like about 15 minutes from here.
Okay.
My colleagues from primary and GHS know me. It was beautiful and rosy from the beginning. A few things happened. It was not that beautiful. How I switched and moved from there, moved to a different school, continued to high school, to university, and all of that. I mean, there was that bit of experience, but I said, it cannot define me. It cannot define me. You see me, I'm always learning. I want to know how a lady is supposed to look like, how a lady is supposed to talk, how a lady is supposed to sit, how a lady is supposed to communicate in public. My mom built something in me. I mean, she just put something in me. Whenever I'm stepping out, she's like, Janice, know who you are.
What does that mean, though?
Honestly, I think growing up, I didn't understand.
Yeah, because I started explaining some things to my kids, and they're quite young, 6 and 5. And, after that, they loved it, right? But what does that mean? Because I'm starting with the kids from the black race.
Yeah.
The black identification. What does that mean?
I think
knowing who you are.
For me, when I got my mommy was like, whenever I'm stepping out, she's like, Janice, know who you are. Everything is not for you. You can't do everything. Like, everything is not suitable. It's like, be selective.
Huh.
I don't know, but to me, now growing up, I understand it as knowing myself and building the brand I'm building. But when I was growing up, all those things she used to say, when I step out, if I don't know you, even if you give me a glass of water, I will not drink. I went to my auntie's house. She was giving me food. I said, she called my mother. My mother said, yeah, so I've told him not to be eating anywhere. So he said, that's why she doesn't want to eat here. I said, yes, I know myself. I know where I'm going. I am mindful. You understand me? I go out with friends. I'm like, excuse me to say, not to digress, but I'm not the type that you go out with me and say, okay, I'm going to put something in her drink and that's it, like when we are done. Nah, I know myself. I have trained myself. If I drove there when I'm done, I will drive back home. I can have fun to a certain level, but I know I will not try certain things. We can all have the fun, but certain things I will not try. Some people don't have control over themselves. Some people don't know who they are. So, shall I try this? They'll try. Have this, or we'll try. Oh, let's go here, we'll go. Or more do this, or we'll do.
That's a leadership quality, right?
You will never find me. Oh, let's try. My brother, I even made my brother taste what alcohol for the first time. I want him to taste the alcohol. Know what the alcohol tastes like. When you go out and they give it to you, I'm not surprised. You've tasted alcohol before and you know what it can do to you. He vomited. I'm like, yeah, so that is alcohol. So you know what it can do to you. You don't go anywhere and they'll say, try this, and it mixes and this, and this, and that, and that. Please, not everything is for you. So that you can always be in charge and in control. Do you understand me? So I think my mommy helped me with that statement a lot growing up. I'm self-built, I'm self-made, I'm self-educated.
And, I said that being self-reliant is so powerful. It's one of the most powerful things you can teach yourself. Relying on yourself, your abilities, and building them.
Yeah.
And using that to your favor. Because the more you are dependent on people, you go slower. If you're not careful, because you're expecting people to do certain things for you and they don't do it, you forgo your dreams. Because that becomes the push that you need. But if you allow yourself to push yourself, you can go very far.
Because I know I don't have access to certain things. I look for the access myself. And I'm proud of myself. I've made connects of my own. I call my brother in school, you're finishing your exams, right? Is everything almost done? Okay, no problem. I'll see to your national service placement. He calls me, oh, I had the Ghana Army for my national service. I'm like, are you okay? Are you happy? Are you okay? Do you like it? He said, yes, I'm okay. I'm like, great, no problem. Come out, you finish working. We start working as well. I'm doing stuff for myself. Who am I going to blame?
Do you think this is something people can learn?
People can learn it.
And the reason I say that is the average, and the reason I asked you that question of, have you lived abroad before? Because some of us, when we speak, they're like, oh yeah, because you lived abroad. But Charlie, go and ask the people I was in Hector with in Akimoda. Look, the energy was there.
Yeah.
But we've learned, traveling has, of course, it's been fantastic. It's done a lot of great things to us. But I've spoken to a lot of people too who've sat in this seat, who did not school abroad. They have not lived abroad, but they are very confident. Do you think this is something people can learn?
They can learn.
But why are they not learning it?
And this is why I respect one man so much. Even if the whole Ghana is against him, Prophet Stephen Adum-Chidria, he says you don't need to leave your motherland to make it. And that is only one thing that makes me respect him so much. You don't need to leave your motherland to make it. Stay here and make it. People are in their countries making it, and you want to leave, cross rivers, and go there and go and make it. We always talk about environments and ecosystem, and this has not been created, and a government. I don't blame government.
You think we complain too much?
We complain too much. We complain too much. Start building whatever you're building. I'm one person, when I'm doing stuff, you think I'm slow because I depend on myself.
Right.
So when everything is not set, I don't move. So you think I'm slow. Somebody will expecting you, okay, ask this person, ask that person, ask that person. That is where I'm not going. No, I'm slow because I put the things together for myself. If I had an avenue to get it from somewhere else, I would have gotten it. But once I don't have it, I'm putting it together myself. So no pressure on me. In as much as I'm doing that too, I'm moving with a timeline as well. And I'm much conscious of it. People can learn it. We complain too. We all cry. We all cry. We all cry. I have videos of my... We all cry. There are days we break down. There are days I don't know what to do. I do get depressed. For the past 2 to 3 years, I get depressed like twice in a year. We do get depressed. We burn out. We break down. But do we show it? We are not faking it. We clean our faces and come back again and try again if it's going to work. We all break down. So, and I don't know what I've been through. It is relative. Everybody has been through something. Everybody is going through something. Maybe you slept under a bridge or something. I didn't sleep there, but do you know the emotional torture that I went through? Maybe I was not selling pure water on the street, but do you know the kind of psychological issues and trauma that I have? And that is very serious because it can even shape my thought and my being. So sometimes I'm really grateful to God. Maybe you were just on the street. Okay, fine. I'm not saying no, just on the streets, yeah, but you were selling water on the street. You sold. And that's the story of some of our self-built made entrepreneurs. You sold here. Entrepreneur. Somebody picked you, investment here, put blah, blah, blah together. What about me that was locked up somewhere that you can't move? You are manipulated, you are tortured, trauma, violence, abuse. What can I also say? So it's not written all over me, but I see me. So the problems are different. So don't be saying, are you there? You are this and that, this and this and this. And I take care of myself. The fact that I don't see scars on me is because I don't play where I'll get scars on my body. You're playing in the sand. You are jumping trees. You are climbing walls. Yeah. I don't do that. That's why I don't have scars. That's the only difference. So it's relative. We've all been through something. But sit down and ask yourself, do I like where I am? Do I like where I was placed? Then let me make a change for myself. I'm here. After my service at the airport, my boss says, we have a slot at Kapoa for you. I said, I've done internship at Kapoa. I've done internship at SNIT. I've worked at places. I'm not ready to go back. I'm going back to my businesses. And I've been running my business. Whether they've been good or bad, I'm still building them. And that I'm okay here. So, now Ashafort is in its 5th year. We're about to pivot. It's because I've seen that the influx of the whole ushering, that's not the vision I have for Ashafort. Ashafort wants to do event coordination, protocol service management, VIP management, concierge services. And this is a time for us to pivot. Because now, if you come to me, the normal Ghanaian attitude, who have you worked with? What have you done? I've done a lot. When Cardi B came to Ghana, my girls worked there. When Global Citizen came, we had a call. We worked at Global Citizen. Nursing Association, this, that, Barclays, Absa Bank, Bailey's, Google, certification. We've done a lot. Now our portfolio is rich. If I come to you, that please, Ashafort is into this, that. Look at our portfolio. See what we've done. Now there's a face to it. I have built a brand that I'm telling you, if I say I'll do A, I will do A. why will you not patronize my services? So it has been arranged.
Right. Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe and become part of the family. We are on a journey of changing the lives of people on this channel. And we appreciate you for being here. But if you haven't become part of the family, connect with us. Hit the subscribe button. Now let's carry on the conversation. Wow. Motivation or discipline?
Both.
Okay.
Motivate yourself. Happy yourself. That's all I'll say. Motivate yourself. You can go and listen. I listen to Sadhguru a lot. Sadhguru is my favorite man. Yeah, today I'm telling you, I'm giving out my secrets.
You see, when you said it, the way I looked at you, you saw the expression on my face.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sadhguru is my favorite man.
I see. Now I know where.
Then I have two men of God, powerful men of God that they preach from a wide point of view. It's not skewed to just religion and spirituality. Understand? And I saw that trend in those two men of God, one in Nigeria, one in Ghana, and Sadhguru. That's when I realized that these three men are leaders. You say the same thing, but in different languages. So these are the three people I listen to. I listen to Sadhguru. I listen to Apostle Tesho Selman. I listen to Stephen Ademchedria. And I think I love Jay Shetty's perspective on a lot of things after he went to the ashram to be a monk. Like, he really learned a lot of things. These four people, I learned a lot of things about life from them. You can learn it. Sit down and learn. Just learn. Learning is what? You're not forcing anything. You just want to understand the concepts. And now, you can listen to all these people. If you don't open up your brains to consume what you're listening to.
You must learn to learn, right?
Thank you. You will come back to how you were. And you come back and sit down and cry and look at things the same way again. So motivate yourself. After crying, wipe your face. I have a whiteboard in my room. I write everything down. That's a secret of myself and someone who came on this podcast, but I'll not mention his name. We have a whiteboard. Write your plans. I want to wake up and be scared by what I've written, that, okay, I've written it, I've not done this, let me do it. I have a calendar in my room. It has my picture on it. I like to put my pictures on things so that I know I'm serious. I have a calendar with my picture on it for 2025. I write everything by the side. I'm doing everything. Be intentional about yourself. You not find me idolizing somebody's picture. I put my own picture there. I'm the person. I'm the product. It is me. I'm the table. You understand me? I do everything for myself. Motivate yourself in. Trust, if you're advising me and I decide not to take it, it's cost 90. Your advice is cost 90. It will not enter. If I tell you that I recently came out of relationship with her, you not believe it. But I had to sit down and tell myself, okay, that's another experience. Shall we move on? Next chapter. I'm not saying it's easy. There might be triggers. There might be traumas. You will step out. Even the things you hear, but intentionality, add God to it and you'll be fine, my darling. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. And be disciplined. That's it. The only reason why I tend to procrastinate a lot is I had a whole perfectionist attitude. I think I'm trying to come out of it. But I like things to be in order and set before I move. But I'm learning that sometimes I can start, and then get. So that's something I'll say about myself that I'd like to change if I can. But yeah, I like to get things. If I need A, B, C, D, I want it to be set before I can move. But now I'm trying to, start and then motivation, discipline. Give yourself that necessary motivation you want to give yourself. If you are tired, you don't know who to go to, take your Bible. There's everything in Ecclesiastes. You'll be fine.
After some time in conversations with my mentor, he goes, Derrick, I want you to read the entire Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
Be as quick as you can.
Okay. So at least I've said one great thing.
Yeah, and I understood why he said that.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful book in the Bible.
Yeah.
My next question for you is, what's the best advice you've ever received? That was a nice side.
The best advice. I've received a couple of them that have really helped me along my journey. But the best advice I've ever received is this is going to be a tough one, oh. The best of them all. I think that had to do with family. It was when I was trying to find my feet, how to place a thin wall between family and myself, trying to make family happy, make them okay, and at the same time make myself okay. I had someone tell me that's when I said your parents' mistakes are their mistakes. I had someone tell me that you cannot change everything. Identify the ones you can change, work on it. Those that you can't change, let it be and work on yourself. So sometimes I realize the problem that most of the time we have is we want to take care of everything, especially as firstborns. We want to make sure that, okay, they are okay where they are so that when I start flying, they will not disturb me. Because if you fly with them, they'll weigh you down. So make sure they are okay and then you can fly. But he told me, no, Janice, you can't change everything. So get to know the ones that you feel I can apply change here. If they are resisting change here, leave them and go.
I'm smiling again. It looks like we have very similar understandings about life.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because very early on in my journey of entrepreneurship, this is what I was advised. Yeah. Fly as high as you can and come and collect what you
come back and collect them.
If you try to go together, you'll fail. If you go up a little bit and go as high as you can.
Yeah.
And quite recently was when Despite built a house for his sister. We've known this guy has had money for years. Why is he doing it now?
Now building that.
And my other philosophy is you should never kill the chicken that lays the eggs.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself. Yeah.
That's the best I ever got, because I think, not to say I always get things figured out, but that was somewhere that I was not getting. Like I was having a problem with, I was constant confusion. I'm like, how
do you know what it creates?
This?
It creates a lot of enemies within the family.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of problems within the family. People think you're wicked, you are selfish.
Oh yeah.
You create.
Yeah.
But
now you don't do this again, or you used to do this, now you don't do it again.
Yeah.
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 So for me, that's the best I've ever received.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And the next question is, if I asked you to recommend a book for my audience, what would it be?
I'll tell them to go and look for Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. You know why? And one other book, I'd give them two. Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, and then The Road Less Traveled.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, I like people to have a broader perspective about life. And that is how come when somebody starts talking, you will not blame them or ask them if you've lived outside or whatever. You understand me? Because those books give you a clear perspective about the entirety of life. Not just from one point, not just from your country, not just from a nation, not just from your continent, but life as a whole. So after going through and reading, see, Jay Shetty, when you read Think Like a Monk, you will not be perturbed by certain things any longer. You will be relaxed, but you will still be in motion. Not to say you'll be slow, but you'll be relaxed and still be in motion. You will not disturb your head about certain things anymore. You will not, there's something I hate about people nowadays. People don't understand delayed gratification. Partial, they want it there and there.
Right now.
No, my darling. Nah.
Action. Let it happen now.
See, who laughs last laughs best. Delayed gratification. And I feel these are all things that people, if not everywhere, in this area, people need to understand. So think like a Mock by Gishedi and then The Road Less Traveled. I always have a problem with remembering the author's name, but yeah, The Road Less Traveled. It's one cute white book. You should find it. It gives a deeper understanding of the inner and outer self dilemma. Knowing yourself, what you want to do, that constant confusion, it will definitely get sorted.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to thank you for your time and for knowledge and wisdom shared with me. Today I decided to use a pen and paper, you know. And by the way, I got this from Miss Drew.
Oh.
It's called Whisper. It's a journal. And,
right.
you know, something just told me to talk about this. It's such an amazing journal.
Right.
When every day, there's a question it's going to ask you, and then you think about the question.
Oh.
So the question here is, what does guarding your heart looks like to you? And then it tells you to read Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Miss Drew did fantastic. I think I need to give her a shout out. So she gave this to me as a present.
I'm a lover of journals. I think I might get one.
So yes, because I know you have a few. There's an interview you did, and then you said, oh, you were on your 5th journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she did fantastic. So this is the first advert I'm doing. It's not actually even an advert. It's something I'm using. She just gave it to me.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know I'm doing this, but because I love it and I love what she does for this podcast as well, I thought I should tell you guys about it and get one of the whispers. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. And wherever you are, on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Boomplay, Audible, wherever you are, leave a comment, share this, and let other people know. And if you made it to the end, I'd like to know and give you a gift. Thank you so much. My name is Derrick, and stay connected.